Hello, everybody. Welcome on back to the Cool Cat Gangs channel, and welcome to another Super Mario Any Percent race. I don't know how I forgot the word Odyssey. This is Super Mario Odyssey, as opposed to Super Mario 64 that just happened. My name is Enemy of Enemies Arcade. Why am I doing this? And a buddy in the comms booth here is NMC. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well. Excited to get to commentate this match and looking forward to it. How about you?
I'm pretty hype. I'm definitely pretty excited for this. You can see the personal best from these two runners are merely seconds away from each other. And whenever I see an SMO time that's an hour or close to an hour or under an hour, I'm just like, oh man, this is gonna be a good match. I love
Yeah,
seeing.
especially when you get runners with PBs that are as close as these two. We've got 4 seconds between the two of them, so it's definitely going to be an interesting match. Hopefully,
I love seeing some high octane matches between Super Mario Odyssey. It's just it's so cool to watch. With that being
definitely.
s- with that being said, we do have hanyed and lepetit in the booth here. How you guys feeling today?
I'm pretty good, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I've been practicing a little for this, so hope it goes well.
Yeah. It's gonna be a great time. All right, runners, if you could go ahead. Hello, go ahead and ready up on the race time lobby, and y'all can begin once it hits 0. So with that being said and on the way, we absolutely must talk about why these two runners are on the date and time screen on their Nintendo Switch. If you have played Super Mario Odyssey before, you probably have had no reason to come to this screen. But if you are speedrunning it, as you have seen in the chat there, these runners are going to be doing a trick called daylight savings times abuse. And what that is they are going to set this clock to a very specific time and date. And there are actually multiple dates and times that you can choose from. But the way that it works is they go through the game at an X amount of space and hope to reach that first seed there in Sand Kingdom. And when they do, they
Exactly.
plant the seed and go somewhere, usually in the pipe, depending if they're doing reverse town, they'll go down and grab the shop moon. But it'll cause the seed to load because it'll hit daylight savings times while they're in the shop, and then the seed will just, bam, grow.
Exactly. So instead of having to wait, 20 minutes for the seed moon to grow, we just get to abuse a trick of the clocks and catch a fast moon there real quick.
Not gonna lie, I think this is the first time that I've actually decided to try to go in depth with DSTA. Usually I'm just like, oh yeah, DSTA, it's a thing.
Yeah, for sure. I think I also tend to take for granted that people kind of know what's going on at the start of these runs, but I can imagine seeing somebody at some random date in the middle of March on their Switch clock before starting a speed run can be a little confusing if you're not in the know on some of the strats that go into it.
Yeah, if you're one of those gamers, you're new to Super Mario Odyssey Racing, or again, like you've played the game casually, but never sped ran it. It's just like, oh, what are they doing? Why are we sitting here? Why is the race not going on? There's a reason for it. Don't worry.
That does raise an interesting question. What is the past tense of speed run?
I,
Speed ran? Sped ran? Sped run?
see, it's one of those things where like it's not there is no official term because I'm pretty sure speedrun isn't even technically in any dictionaries yet.
Really? That's
So
actually kind of
technically,
surprising.
yeah, technically I guess we could just say whatever we want, but I don't know,
Good.
spedran or speedran just kind of fits pretty well, I'd like to say.
Yeah, we have both players getting left side here at the beginning of App Kingdom. Certainly not the easiest trick, but for runners of this caliber, usually don't mess it up too bad. But you have a pretty even race moving into Cascade.
There you go. Hanyed having a fantastic topper fight there. Lepetit, just a tiny little slip up there with the topper. But otherwise, both runners on the wire and onto Cascade. Had a great frog room from both of them there. Honestly, no major mistakes. Some pretty good movement with the frog. I forgot the word. Vectoring. Frog
Yeah,
vectoring.
some nice vectoring movement there. We'll see
Really
if
nice.
we'll see if either of them decides to go for a DSS at the beginning of Cascade. I don't think we will, but it would be certainly be interesting to see if one of them will attempt it.
I find it really fascinating the way that Cappy works. If there's an object that's like within range of capturing and you do a spin throw, instead of like starting off the spin throw near his body like it would normally do, it'll just like immediately branch
You
out and reach
actually,
really far, and it's so weird.
if you watch a spin throw, what Cappy actually does is arcs out very far and then comes like close and then spirals out in that sort of even way.
That's
So even
right.
if there's nothing to capture, it'll still do that. It's just so quick that it's hard to notice unless Cappy is instantly grabbing onto something.
Oh my gosh, that's right. I'm now like visualizing it, and you're totally right. I've just been thinking
Yeah.
about that with the recent races and been like, man, that's so weird.
Yeah, and that's the thing is it's also because of how fast that animation is, it's a really quick way to go ahead and capture things that are a certain distance away, because Cappy will kind of home in towards something in the direction that you're pointing when you do it. Looks like relatively clean dino skips from both players, and we're here as they work to finish up the Madame Brood fight. Looks like it's only one chain chomp throw difference between the two of them.
Very, very clean fight from both runners there. Now, it's really interesting. The movement to do this quick chain chomp there does look pretty, I wouldn't say it's super difficult. I'd say the hardest part about it is being the right distance away. Because if you're not the right
Yeah,
distance away, you'll end up needing to shake the controller, and that takes a little bit of a time. If you move the chain chomp without shaking, it's basically like instant as soon as you let go of the stick. But if you shake
yeah.
a bit, you gotta wait like an extra second or so before it finally cuts off and sends back.
For sure. It's one of those strats that it's not like that hard to implement to start with, but there's definitely levels where it's not necessarily super visible, but there's a lot of difference between like when top level runners do that strat versus people who have just kind of learned it.
It's really fascinating. Both runners, Cappy on the globe, dumping their first moons into the Odyssey. Going to be leaving Cascade here, looking like they're doing it just fine on that DSTA abuse, so that'll be nice to see. Hanyed currently in the lead, only by a few seconds, though. The
Yeah, it looks
534
like
screen.
534 fade out and a 540 fade out for lepetit. So just 6 seconds in between the runners leaving Cascade Kingdom.
Indeed, I did, Game Nerd. I went hardcore. I went on to a full explanation of DSTA, which I don't think I've ever done before. It's kind of hard.
The full in-depth guide.
I'm not gonna lie, trying to make sure you hit every point of DSTA when you just run this game over and over and you know how it works. It's like,
Yeah.
what words do I use to explain everything?
Exactly. And as we watch hanyed planting that seed that will come into play here in just a moment with the STA. A little bit of a bonk, but I think it should be still okay.
Oh, lepetit
Bonk from
bonk. Oh,
lepetit as
another
well.
bonk! Please, bird!
Oh, the bird!
Bird!
No! Oh, decent backup. Decent backup.
Lepet-
Shouldn't be that much of a time loss, but definitely leaving the door open for a clean bird moon from lepetit.
Oh my goodness. It's funny, both
And another
runners
bonk.
bonking in different places here. It's really amusing.
Yeah. Staying roughly the same distance apart after all is said and done. And as you can see, that seed moon that Honey had planted at the beginning is now instantly grown as daylight savings time rolled over on the switch in the background. Same for
Beautiful.
lepetit as well.
Beautiful movement from both of them there to grab that seed and enter the shop.
Of course. I feel like Sand Kingdom is definitely the first point in the run where we can really see mistakes start to add up if runners aren't, really on point. Cap and Cascade aren't really that difficult, and it's pretty easy to not lose a bunch of time there, but Sand Kingdom can definitely be really punishing.
Yeah, it's really nice in any percent. Like Cascade and Cap, you can just kind of autopilot your way through, especially if you've just ran the game so many times over and over. But once you get to Sand, you really have to start thinking about it and remembering what you're doing.
Yeah, especially with all of the advanced strats that can go on in Sand Kingdom. We'll see here in just a minute whether the runners are going to go for a platform clip route here, which I think it looks like we are going to see from Hanyed. We'll see if lepetit goes for it as well or not.
Nice bullet dram from both runners here.
Of course, looks like maybe not on platform clip route from lepetit, but we are going to see it from Hanyed, so that should be an opportunity to put a little bit more distance between the two runners.
Oh, beautiful reverse jacksie there from Hanyed. I honestly love it when there are areas that you can incorporate a Cappy return jump in, just because it looks so swaggy.
Yeah, cap return jumps are definitely really cool looking piece of movement, especially for people who aren't necessarily super familiar with SMO movement, because it just looks like you randomly get a super high jump for no reason, when really there's a lot of skill that goes into making that work correctly. Especially on reverse jacksie specifically.
Hanyed with a really nice bullet bill manipulation here. lepetit just barely able to get that as well.
Of course, we got the successful platform clip.
Beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, I have low-key almost forgotten that trick exists, just because I have not seen it too much recently. Like, obviously, it's been happening throughout the tournament, but I've been so busy at work, and I haven't even ran the game in a while, except for the race I did on CCG. I just almost forgot that strat was a thing, because it's still, like, so fresh.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. For me, the interesting part of that strat too is that I feel like the hardest part of it isn't even the clip itself. That clip it's not like absolutely free, but once you know how to do it, it's really not the hard part of the trick at all. It's camera manip to make sure you get a good cycle, and then it's also not coming back in bounds after you've clipped out. Have both runners going ahead and globing here at the end of Sand. See what the overall gap between them is as we move on to the Lake Kingdom. It's like a 10:24 fade out for Hanyed, and for lepetit, it looks like it's going to be a little bit behind that at 10:37. So roughly 12 or 13 seconds between the runners.
I think what's really fascinating about Sand Kingdom is not just the fact that you can skip the boss fight and just leave, but the fact that the game actually shows the ship leaving at the end. You dump all the moons into the Odyssey, and instead of waiting for the screen to black out, you have to actually wait for the ship to leave first, and then the screen will fade out for you. And I think that's actually just really cool.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of the things that I like about Odyssey in general too is how much freedom they left open for progressing through the game however you want. Like, sure, you could go through the full story and fight every boss and essentially do world peace in every kingdom where you complete the story, or you can, like these runners, just rush your way through every kingdom as fast as you can, and the game still feels like it was intended for that to be an option rather than feeling like you're breaking the game by trying to skip the boss fights.
The movement in this game is just honestly very well made. It's just a delight to speedrun this game. It's so fun for beginners and like professionals alike. It's just so fun.
For sure, and we are seeing hanyed go for Rango route, going to go ahead and do the boss fight to grab that multi-moon. We'll see if lepetit is going to follow suit, or if he's going to go for the other route.
Very nice coin
Maybe.
grab there, collecting all of those coins from that last bonk on Ringo's head.
Yeah. Sure, and both runners are already looking really good on coins as far as buying the shot moon at the beginning of Wooded Kingdom here. Hanya did grab a bunch of them in the Sphinx room, I believe, and sand as well. But both runners
Yeah.
have the 100 that they need. Looks like lepetit is not going to go for Rango route. We have the other route. What's the name for this route? Is there a name for it? I can't remember it off the top of my
I'm
head, actually.
honestly not sure. In Lake Kingdom, I know there's Rango route, and then there's not doing Rango route. I actually don't know if it has a different name. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Not sure. Still a pretty decent lead for hanyed, but still very, very close.
Just late
late
clip
clip
route,
route.
maybe. Okay.
That makes some
Cool.
sense.
At least it's not like... at least it's not like those cycles in Dark World and Super Mario 64. Look. Why are there 7 different names for each, like, separate second or 2 seconds in Dark World? Why?
For sure. For sure. It's, I haven't watched a ton of Mario 64, but I feel like even with Odyssey, some of the naming for tricks and stuff can get a little out of hand. What we have DSS, we have 2DSS, and then if you run darker side, people call the dark side skips 3DSS.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's a
love
whole
it.
thing, and then we have 4,000 dram strats all over the game, some of which aren't even related to the original one or the person who they're named after.
I still like when they found fish and dips, and they were still making it, like they were still deciding on the name, and somebody just like threw out Wilco clip, and I'm just like, that's amazing. Wilco doesn't even run this game. I am a big fan of that name.
Yeah. Looks like we have hanyed missing nut clip.
No, not clip. That looked decent. Unfortunate there.
It did. It looked all right, but didn't quite make it through the wall. We'll see if lepetit can take advantage of that and pull ahead here in Wooded Kingdom.
Looking all right so far. Hanyed moving his way up. Looks like lepetit gonna be getting that clip barely. Oh my gosh. A little scary
Nice
there.
backup for hanyed, but
Oh no, missed the moon. Gonna have to try again
is
there.
that right?
Did not fall into deep woods. That's all we can ask for.
Here we go. The deep woods, clean out of bounds movement to finish the clip. Looks like
Beautiful.
lepetit is probably going to save a little bit of time off of that, but quick backup from hanyed means that it's not necessarily as much as it could have been.
Runners making their way through the Wooded Kingdom, spin pounding on the nuts to get those moons out of them. Excuse me, as well as using... Yep, I have 100%. Hold on, what is their name? I should know this. Uproot, the Uproot.
Uproot, there you go.
I have literally commentated this game in the last week. Hello?
Yeah. To be fair, I feel like even when like I'm actively running the game, like I just call them the nut boy creature things. It's not
Dude,
ever,
see, that's a good name. I'll take it.
all right,
nut
nut boy
creatures.
creature things. There we go.
I'll take it. Now, it looks like...
lepetit going for FRS.
Yo.
Clean triple jump.
Oh,
and a
no!
bonk!
It was so
Gonna
close!
fall.
Wow. Right as I was
Crazy.
about
That
to
was-
say clean. Just taking an absolute bonk on the corner.
Wow.
Luckily,
and hanyed with a
lepetit-
clean roll cancel.
Oh, beautiful. Luckily, lepetit did grab the checkpoint there, So not going to be
Yep.
losing it too much time, but that will indeed put Hanyed back in the lead for sure.
Yeah, gonna get rid of the little bit of lead that lepetit had put ahead there because of getting nut clip. Still a very, very close race at this point. Runners are, you know, a couple of seconds apart at most.
Exciting. Boom, 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 boom.
And we'll see what the runners elect to do here at the end, if they're going to go to fight Spirit, or if they're going to skip that and go down to do flooded pipes. Like Hanyed
like they're
is
gonna
dropping down to the bottom. I assume lepetit is going to do the same. Yup.
Excellent buffer jump there from Hanyed and lepetit, both of them just absolutely getting rid of any false stun.
Yeah. That buffer jump is harder than it looks. I've definitely missed that a few times, even though these runners make it look very simple. We've got flooded pipes, the last sort of difficult portion of the Wooded Kingdom here, and we'll see how it goes for both runners.
You know, it's kind of unfortunate the clip with the moon up there just is not fast enough in one player because it looks really cool. It's just really hard to do.
Yeah, it's fast. It's faster, but I don't think it's faster enough to make up for just how hard it is to get that, because it's a triple jump moon clip, which is on another level of difficulty, especially for a no reset race.
Oh yeah. Yeah, lepetit, glad you got that checkpoint as well. So nice. So
sure.
fortunate. There have been too many runs where I did not grab the checkpoint and absolutely bonked on FRS. Always a feels bad man moment.
At least according to Cappy, we have both runners here heading into Metro Kingdom. We'll see if Bowser has anything to say about it, but...
Certainly an odd skyscraper kind of place. Not one in sight. Nice cloud boost, but really scary also. Nice angle.
Not to the side, but there we go.
Good first head here for Hanyed.
Of course, not usually a spot where we expect to see a ton of mistakes, but always go wrong.
Looks like we are not seeing either runner go for
hint art.
Hint art, thank you. I was gonna say like hint art or hint art manip, and then I was like, wait, is it really a manip?
Yeah, I think Hanyed definitely doesn't need to. Already has enough coins for the Moon and Snow Kingdom. I think lepetit is going to have to grab the hint art in Metro Kingdom. So that will be another small slowdown compared to where Hanyed's at.
Both runners now coming into Lost Kingdom here. A very short kingdom unless Lost Kingdom decides to be Lost Kingdom.
Exactly. One of the hardest kingdoms in the run, and definitely very, very impressive to watch high-level movement through here. See if these runners can pull it off, or if we're going to see some issues. Clean start movement from both of them, getting the meme tree jump.
lepetit literally just a single moon behind. Both racers absolutely flying through Lost Kingdom here.
It's very, very close, the gap between these two at this point. It'll definitely take some doing for either one of them to really put some gap in.
I need going for the reverse repeatal.
Exactly.
Very nice.
lepetit playing it safe here, not going for the fast strat on that Crate Moon. but still
Hanyed,
pretty quick
cage triple.
nonetheless. Clean
Beautiful.
cage triple. See how the bridge moon goes. Ooh, nice grab. Should be pretty easy to go ahead and do that deathless.
Good cage triple from lepetit as well. Grabbing the moon. Both runners. Fantastic. Oh, lepetit! Why did I say
You do have the
anything?
death.
Cappy!
Exactly.
Cappy!
Luckily,
Cappy.
that death isn't too bad, especially considering lepetit already has to grab the coin hint art in Metro, but loses just a little bit of time over saving it and running back.
Why? What was that spin throw? Come on, Cappy.
Yeah, motion controls in this game, I still can't quite figure them out. It feels like it's random whether you get an up throw or a spin throw. Sometimes it feels intuitive and it works, and then other times it's just like, oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna die in the poison.
With the controller that I have, it's really hard for me to get an up throw, so I just basically never do them.
Yeah.
Now we have both runners in Night Metro, the worst kingdom in the game. Oh! Hi! Almost dying there. Luckily still alive, but that was a very sketchy moment.
A bit of a nail biter here. A little bit of time saved from lepetit, not making the same mistake.
Oh!
Oh, but bonking in the long jump.
Gonna be taking a bonk off the skyscraper. Definitely not a death, but still not somewhere that you want to bonk. Those scaffoldings are placed very far apart and just takes so long to jump up. Hanyed with a very clean Goomba heck there.
Of course. See if lepetit goes for the same strat in the tower here.
Hanyed gonna be grabbing the moon there at the top, going for the tower jump here. It always scares me when runners dive immediately after throwing Cappy. Why?
Oh, for
Don't
sure.
do that.
Ooh, a mistake
works.
from lepetit, missing the pole grab.
One of the worst things about this tower is missing the poles and bonking on something, because it is incredibly hard to turn around after taking a bonk. For some reason, the higher up you go in the tower, the game will just lock your controls sometimes. And you can fall very, very far.
Yeah, it's not at all uncommon for the bonk in there to send you the whole way down back to the bottom of the tower to climb back up again.
Awful.
See how the Wiggler RNG goes for our runners here in the Mecha Wiggler fight.
Do we still have the patterns command? I feel like we do. But maybe not. Oh no. 2 singulars left for Hanyed.
Oh. Still manages to clutch up with the shot, but
wow.
close.
That was almost a 3 cycle. Holy moly. That would have been very painful for Hanyed.
Yeah. A little bit of a better pattern for lepetit here, taking 1 hit from the managing to get the Wiggler.
Gonna probably actually save a little bit of time just from that better Mecha Wiggler. Now, both runners going to be leaving the worst kingdom in the game and going to one of the better kingdoms in the game, regular Metro, Day Metro, whatever you want to call it. Night Metro just sucks.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Day Metro though. Never really been one of my favorites to speedrun, at least, just because of how tight the movement can be.
That's fair. I do gotta say though, I do enjoy no captures movement in Day Metro though. It's pretty fun. Hanyed, unfortunately, gonna be missing that moon grab twice.
Missing scoot clip. See if lepetit can capitalize. Make up a little bit of time. Does eventually get it.
Lepetit also gonna be getting that
Ooh.
scoot clip of first try.
Clean
Very
first
nice.
try.
We'll be
Gonna
saving
save
some
him.
time there.
Exactly. I'm up on Bench Friends here. My personal favorite moon.
Dude, I agree too. I love Bench Friends. It's such a good moon. It's just,
It
you
is.
go, you
Even
land
the
on that
movement.
moon, get rid of all of the landing lag, like almost immediately, and then he just gives you a moon because he's like, dude, thanks
Exactly.
for talking to me. Like, you're just sitting here in this busy city, and you come and sit down to me. It's so kind of you. And I'm like, dude, okay, that's a great moon. It's so
Exactly.
cute.
And even the movement to get into it, the pole fling from way above is very satisfying. Like Lepetit not going to be going for Slots Moon. So we will see different routings for the last portion here of Day Metro as hanyed goes into the bullet building. Not sure altogether how much time that saves, but it is something versus going for the musicians. That was so close.
That
Oh.
bonk. Woo.
Ow.
Luckily did not die, but wow, that was very
Yeah.
close to a death.
That is going to mess up the bullet bill capture cycle. Going to have to back up the jump to the end here. Whoa.
Got to wall jump twice
So
there.
close. So close, but
Woo.
does make it up to the top.
What a bullet bill room. Yikes. Both runners now, I believe, teleporting to the same checkpoint. Gonna be grabbing that dumpster moon. Beautiful there from hanyed. Lepetit. Oh my gosh. Barely making that. Barely.
So many
Oh
heart
my
attack moments.
gosh.
This Metro Kingdom.
As soon as he jumped off, I was very concerned. I did not think he was going to have enough speed for that.
Yeah, it was close. Like, despite all of the heart attacks throughout the kingdom, it's going to be still pretty close as the runners finish up here. Just got a couple more moons to grab.
Lepetit going to grab this moon. Ground
And
pound
hopefully the
on the
hint art.
moon in the pool to grab that Luigi hint art. And hanyed
Exactly.
already going to be into the people's room there. Both runners have been keeping it close throughout the entire game so far. And we're really close to about halfway over.
Yeah, right about halfway through. The run is the end of Day Metro here. A bonk from Lepetit, though, in the people's room. Definitely going to lose a little bit more time. And as the runners warp back to the Odyssey to glow, we're going to move into Snow Kingdom here in just a moment.
Ah, the cold region. One of the colder regions in this game. It's very important that you understand how cold that it is, because when these runners destroy all the snow in front of Captain Toad, you know, I'm gonna be really upset.
You're ruining the insulation.
You're ruining the installation. Dude, he's cold! I mean, I don't know why he's in there in the first
Exposing
place. Shiveria isn't that far away. But, like, man, you gotta leave some snow.
Yeah.
All right, both runners now into snow. hanyed with the lead. Gonna be over talking to Toad here to grab that first moon. hanyed just barely leaving enough snow for Captain Toad. He gets a pass.
Here we go. We'll see if Lepetit can do the same.
Beautiful. Just as good, maybe slightly better as far as in terms of the amount of snow left. And both runners gonna be entering Shiveria here.
Of course. And as the runners enter Shiveria, don't forget, if you want to see any more of their speedrunning goodness, please follow the runners as well. We have links in the chat here. I think, is it mark runners? Oh, racer. There we go.
It's actually both.
Links.
Uh,
Is it?
Saren made runners and racers and made them both the same command, just in case, because people do
we go.
use them interchangeably sometimes. Okay, clip looks good from hanyed.
Of course, we'll see if lepetit goes for the same thing.
Beautiful. Ooh, not close enough
Goes for it. I don't think
wall.
gets it. Yeah. Ooh.
Hanyed not going to be
missing the
getting that
cycle.
wind movement. Throwing Cappy away from where he wants to go. Interesting choice.
Ooh, and a bonk on the spinies is going to leave lepetit in a similar scenario, missing the cycle or the triple jump movement.
Nice and quick poison room here for hanyed. lepetit not going to be getting the spiny manip.
Still a pretty clean ending to the room nonetheless. As we move on into the Goomba room, we will see any of the runners decide to go for ICC.
Nice. hanyed taking damage at the exact same time as capturing the Goomba. Something you don't see too often.
Right. Clean Goomba vectors as well from hanyed. Same from lepetit, managing to navigate the platform pretty cleanly. Runners keeping it close through Snow Kingdom.
There's not much to really say about these guys, honestly. They're both just playing really well so far. Like, the Snow Kingdom is honestly is pretty good.
Yeah, apart from a couple of mistakes in Wooded Kingdom, we haven't seen a ton of major mistakes from either runner.
Yeah,
A
just
few
that
slips here and there, but
moment.
they're keeping it. Yeah, a few slips here and there, but they're keeping it pretty even. As hanyed buys the shot moon, we're gonna get to see an attempt at Snowdram here. Gonna knock on wood to not curse the runners. We'll see if either of them, unfortunately, might run into a mistake here, but looks pretty good. Nice from hanyed. In first try Snowdram.
And hanyed gonna be the first one to globe here in Snow Kingdom, just keeping that lead. Just not making too many major mistakes for lepetit to capitalize on.
Yeah, we do have a first try Snowdram from lepetit as well.
I do.
Like a 35-30 Snow Kingdom fade out from hanyed. We'll see how far behind lepetit is here in just a moment. $35.48. So it looks like it's about was that 18 seconds between the runners?
It's about 18 seconds, yeah. Honestly, though, still pretty close.
Yeah, really close race, especially for how far into the game they are. Eastside Kingdom, usually a bit of a rest kingdom for runners of this level. We'll see if they go for fish and dips or not. But either way, there's not a ton of opportunities for huge time loss here.
Nice up throw there from lepetit. Gonna be grabbing that moon.
Starting
nice
movement.
and speedy.
Very clean start from both runners. hanyed moves to capture the fish, and we'll get to see if he's going to go for fish and dips.
lepetit also going to be getting that spin pound roll out of the cavern as well. hanyed opting to not go for fish and dips, just going to grab that moon and leave.
probably best to go for the safe strat there, just to avoid losing the couple of seconds that you might end up with if you mess it up, given that you've already got the lead. Him from lepetit, not going to go for it.
Gonna try to get as much time back as he can. Gonna play it safe and hope that hanyed makes some mistake here. And
think
with it
that's,
being seaside, it's probably not going to be too many mistakes. At this level,
Yep.
it's not too often that you see a missed fish clip.
Yeah, and even if they do, I think Ansta commentating one of the races earlier mentioned that it's only like a 3-second time loss or something to miss fish clip. So even if we did see that, it wouldn't be, a catastrophic mistake.
Yeah, it is pretty easy to back up again for sure.
Definitely still anyone's race. Lots of difficult kingdoms to come as we move into the end game here.
Very, very clean seaside from both hanyed and lepetit here. Let's see. I'm actually curious to see if there's like a second or two difference.
Yeah, we'll see if either one gain time.
I'm gonna see a
It's
38,
like a
46. So 4 and 6. I'm gonna keep that number in my head here. Looks like, oh no, wait, no. Hang on, brain here. 4-6.
4-6.
Okay, lepetit actually losing a couple of seconds there. Interesting.
Yeah, it looks like about a 20-second gap now as opposed to the, 18 at the last kingdom exit.
Oh.
And he had missing salt triple.
It's gonna be about like.
Does manage to back it up. That was a close dive. that was nerve-wracking again.
Oh, very nice roll cancel there. Lepetit gonna be
Nice
grabbing
day.
salt triple. Also a sketchy dive, but okay. Oh!
Let's make it into the Spewart fight.
Wow! Okay, hanyed. You don't need to be giving us heart attacks, alright? Calm down.
I think this might be the race with the most near miss mistakes. Like, nearly catastrophic, but not mistakes that I've seen in a while.
Goodness gravy.
Lepetit did have a clean trip into the Spewart fight. Gonna pick up just a little bit of time on that. It's those kind of consistent little time saves that can definitely close a gap if they can for a decent portion of the run.
Just gonna be taking a quick stop into the shards room here, but we're not gonna do the shards. We're just gonna grab this other moon really quick and leave. Really no point to get those shards. Not 90% at least. Oh,
Ooh, a missed
hanyed!
dive. Gonna lose a little bit of time from having less than ideal movement, but also from the health refill animation from this moon up here. Definitely an opportunity for lepetit to capitalize on a few more seconds of time save.
Yeah, much cleaner there from lepetit. But a very nice crate moon there. Ooh. I'd still say nice. There's some good movement hitting that crate for hanyed.
Pretty clean. Now we're just gonna make a little bit of soup. Maybe they'll reward us with a moon.
Yeah, you know, new soup. New soup.
Now I feel like that begs for a new Mario game where it's just Mario and Luigi, but they're navigating through essentially a full game of Luncheon Kingdom. Just make it a soup-themed game.
Okay, that would actually be amazing though. Not gonna lie.
It would be a great spin-off. It would honestly be great.
And it just does that. That should be the new Mario and Luigi game. I'll just have it in like some kind of a Luncheon Kingdom spin-off. That would be fantastic.
Pretty clean start to the Forks room from Hanyed. We'll see if lepetit can match it.
Very nice Forks room.
No mistakes
Beautiful.
from lepetit either.
Dude, Forks room is actually so fun. It's a shame I don't get to do it too often.
Yeah, it's the movement in there is so satisfying once you get the hang of it, especially with like even diving closer to the forks so that you can capture them more quickly. You see a little bonk from Hanyed moving towards the cheese room.
Here we go. lepetit not bonking on the ledge that Hanyed bonked on. Gonna save a little bit of time just from that. Unfortunately, lepetit going for the fast frying pan throws. Definitely
Going for
not
the,
gonna save any time there. It just doesn't work.
Going for the Panbro RNG. Movement here from Hanyed. We'll see the vault off of this platform.
Oh,
This is the ground
interesting.
once.
You know, I feel like it's really hard to miss that moon there. Weird.
Yeah, it's one of those where it feels like it's hard to miss until you miss it, and you're just like, well, how did that? It's confusing almost if you miss that, because it feels like it should just be the whole platform, but it's not quite.
How there's like just a corner. Dang.
Yeah. Decent ending here, movement from both runners. We will see what the time difference is as they both look to move on to the Ruined Kingdom.
Hanyed having a little fun with the camera there, which can't blame him. It is actually fun to mess with the camera when the Odyssey is moving through its cutscenes.
It's like the fade out for Hanyed was 45:10. Looks like lepetit is going to have made up a couple of seconds here in Luncheon Kingdom.
Yo, let's go back to 18
28.
seconds.
Made up those two.
Very nice, very nice. Bowser gonna be summoning a dragon off screen to make the Odyssey crash. And we're gonna be seeing a nice little fight here in the Community Kingdom. Now, the reason I'm gonna call it that is if you guys don't know, we are hosting a 70-star Pro League in just a couple of months. And the prize pool is all going to be from the community, from y'all. For anybody who's interested in the Cool Cat Gang and what we do here. And Super Mario 64 70-star speedruns, you can donate to the prize pool for the amazing gamers who are going to be participating in the Pro 70 League.
We also have a Pro Mario Odyssey Any Percent League with the same format as well, coming up here in a little while.
That's going to be hype, dude.
It's going to be great, especially with the runners that are going to be in it. It's partially going to be filled with top runners that are invited, as well as with the top runners from the Any Percent Open, which we will see a match from here as soon as this one is done.
That's right. Everybody in, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure it'll distribute this way as before. Everybody who was in the Pro League last year, I believe, will also get in. And the person who makes it to the top in Division A, I believe, will also be making it into the Pro League as well. And that'll be dope, because I gotta tell you guys, when the Pro League happened earlier this year, God, it's been so long. Thank you, time. Time is weird. But oh my gosh, the Pro League matches were just absolutely incredible.
They were.
Those
There
are
were a
me.
couple of really, really hype moments in that tournament.
It's gonna be insane to watch again.
Well, runners moving through the dragon boss fight here pretty cleanly. Rune is about as close to an auto scroller as we have in SMO, but there's definitely ways to save time versus your opponent here as well.
Both runners done with the dragon fight. Hanyed gonna be leaving first. Lepetit, unfortunately, having some weird issues with Cappy deciding to home in on the enemies as opposed to the Spire? What are those? They're like hooks, but they're like in the dragon?
The swords?
Ah.
I'm pretty sure they're swords. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I've always heard them called.
I think we've just never questioned what they are, and we've just been like, yeah, the things. Yeah, you pull them out. Yeah.
The Poke bits.
The thingies, they hold the chain. We got to get rid of them.
Clean starting movement from hanyed here. Are those ogres?
I think they call those big ones ogres, yeah.
Let's go. Look at us remembering all of the terminology here.
All
We do have
right,
some
and then
confirmation from chat that they are in fact swords.
let's go. Now, both of these runners here, they're going to go and get up on that roof over there. They're going to start ground pounding with Cappy for about 1:09 seconds. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Not quite min cap, but Can you
I'm
imagine
just
someone just
kidding.
decides they're gonna CRC in an 80% raise?
I'd consider it.
I'll tell you what, that would be interesting to say the least. Oh no!
Oh,
way to
hanyed!
dive.
Yikes! Having a little bit of
That's
trouble there.
big.
Luckily, not dying.
Not dying. It's definitely leaving the door open for a little bit of time save from Lepetit here.
Yikes.
Awkward shards movement there. Lepetit is gonna have a much cleaner time of it. Run.
Y'all, guys,
Races.
I know we're in Bowser's Kingdom. Could y'all not stop it?
Yeah.
Please? Lepetit
The
just
sheer
took him.
volume of heart attacks in this run.
God, stop diving so close to the edge. You're scaring me.
Now we'll see the runners go ahead and go for Bowser Dram and then into the boss fights. Or the bunny split here. Need Bowser Dram from both of them.
Gosh,
like.
dude. Please, please, guys. I know the edges are like slightly generous. Don't do that. Please.
Like hanyed is gonna go for Zarbomba here. Doesn't hit it.
Oh, unfortunate. First bomb gonna be exploding, it looks like.
Yep, Lepetit going for the same strat and actually does get the bomb to stay in the air. That'll be another little bit of time save here. As both runners are doing Harry at first. The objectively correct way. Just ask the BTT.
Oh, look at that. You can see how
Very
many
close.
seconds, not just from Sarabamba, but even just from better Harriet movement. Lepetit has already gained back quite a bit of time.
See how the topper fight goes, but it's really close going into the mech fight here.
Hanyed there, gonna be taking a little bit of damage.
That leaves the door
And
open for
Lepetit!
Lepetit to take the lead here.
Lepetit slipping right in. Hanyed finally making the mistakes that Lepetit needed.
And just a cleaner bunny split was all that Lepetit needed to grab the lead here. Still a very, very close race, but our first lead change in a little while now.
About, was that like 50 minutes, I think?
Has hanyed been ahead for the whole race?
Most of it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Hanyed's been gaming.
That's true. Both of them have.
There's triple jump there from Lepetit.
A little bit of awkward movement from hanyed, but not gonna be too much of an issue.
Almost rolling it past the moon and into the tube. I have absolutely done that in a run. It hurts just a little.
Yeah.
Nice blind jump there to the Pokio.
I guess it's just gonna come down to the mech fight and Moon Kingdom. We'll see. Heck, the last real chance to lose a bunch of time, at least until escape, depending on how risky the runners decide to be with their strats. But clean start for both of them.
Looking great. Go,
Like
Lepetit.
gonna be going for target acquired.
Lining himself up, going for the dive. Beautiful.
Nice.
Oh, Hanyed
Good
just
from
missing
Lepetit.
that ground pound. Gonna be setting up as well. A little sketchy on that angle. Gonna be falling off the mech! Hanyed falling off of the mech on the final hit there, missing. Is that
Target
skewer?
acquired.
It's target acquired.
Yeah,
I was about to
skewer.
say topper acquired for some reason because it's got the same letters.
Yeah.
Apologies
No,
for that.
that's
Oh,
crazy.
oh my gosh.
That is the last thing that you want to see in a race this close from hanyed. It looks like it's going to come down to whether or not Lepetit can have a clean Moon Kingdom. But I think as long as that happens, not much hanyed is going to be able to catch up with based on movement or tricks alone.
All right, both runners gonna be finished with Bowser's Kingdom here, but Lepetit from the bunnies and onwards now in the lead going into Moon.
And we see just how quickly leads can change in these matches. Lepetit entering Bowser's Kingdom was 20 seconds behind, and now is going to be ahead by a substantial margin.
Checking in the chat right now, Lepetit full Bowser's Gold. That is very
Really?
exciting.
That's crazy. I forgot to take note of the fade out time for Lepetit in Bowser's Kingdom. So
Big same.
I guess it will be a mystery how far apart the runners are.
Oh my gosh, one of the
Oh, lepetit
Probably
missing
one
a
of the-
triple jump.
Oh.
Still manages to not lose too much time there.
I see a couple people mentioning Inviswalls in the chat, and while I have actually seen that in a race, I'm pretty sure this year, luckily it was actually backed up really well. I'd say the worst thing about the cat jam room, the worst thing would probably have to be the lepetit having a little trouble there.
This attempt on Moon Cave skip, but a quick backup from it, and gonna get it done cleanly on that second attempt. Hanyed taking damage on the spike roller there.
No, yeah, you can, if you know how to do it, even if you get Inviswalled, you can still actually break the moon rock. You just have to know how and be, like, much better than I am. But the worst thing in the pillars room is when you knock down that final pillar, and on your way to hit the moon rock, the camera does a full 180, and all your momentum dies, and you just fall into the hole, and then you have to do the whole sequence over again.
Yeah, that's actually happened to me on PV pace before.
Gosh, yeah,
Not a fun
big
time.
same.
Those runners in the Bowser fight now. Pretty clean from both of them.
All right, we've got 3 for 3 here for lepetit. All right,
Yeah.
Bowser fight over for lepetit. Getting ready
First.
for the escape sequence.
As you move into the escape sequence, if you're in the chat and you want to see more of these runners, don't forget to follow them. Links are in the chat. And also don't forget to follow the CCG YouTube channel as well.
Also, if you really want to, and I would potentially also recommend that, you can totally follow the commentators too. It's an option.
Exactly.
You don't have to.
It is.
But you could. You could indeed follow the commentators.
Maybe one day I'll decide
Maybe
to
one
actually
day.
stream again.
Hey. Never know. Ooh! lepetit got in that skip, but only barely.
2D skip. See if
Alright.
Hanyed decides to go for 2DSS to try and make up some time. Another one of those strats that is way too hard, but people still somehow go for.
I think I remember hearing that you have to basically do buffered jumps to do 2DSS.
Yeah,
Or
it's
2D.
it's crazy precise what it takes to get that trick, and it's really visually impressive too. Even if you don't know exactly how it works, just seeing someone claw their way up the wall is incredibly impressive.
We are now in the Cat Jams room. Get your Cat Jams out. Let's see them all. I'm required and obligated by my contractor to say no Pep AD. It's not allowed. This is a Cat Jam room, not the Pep AD room.
Keep managing pretty clean pillars, no invisible wall, no camera trickery, clean end to the run. I think it's going to be less than a minute off of his personal best. Very good for a reset race like this.
Really good for a reset race.
Like a 101.44 for lepetit. Hanyed is not going to be far behind here.
Drake's and GG's in the chat. Hanyed now the final pillar down, gonna break open that moon rock.
Finish out the run.
Lepetit coming out on top with the 101.44. Hanyed, a 102.16. Both racers putting up an incredible run today. Lepetit, welcome on in to the boots. GG on your run here.
Thank you.
How much of the stream were you watching, or were you just popping in to comment every other time? What would you
Yeah,
say?
basically that. I had the stream muted and was concentrating on the run, but when I saw a few comments, I had to answer.
I do that a lot too. It's kind of fun to just like, you do something, wait a couple seconds and comment about it. It's fun to watch the chat, but I gotta tell you, so Lepetit, Hanyed was in the lead for basically the entire race until the rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
And the rabbits, Hanyed unfortunately took a little bit of damage on Topper, as well as a little bit of messy movement with Harriet. But then after that, you took off. You just took off. You did not slow down.
Yeah, I was very lucky. I got a full Bowser's Gold. I golded both splits, mech and bunnies, which is very cool. I'm very happy about that. I actually got Zarbomb as well. I'm not that consistent with that trick, but I had to basically get it if I wanted to win, because Hanyed was just playing so consistent and so well. Normally my advantage is my consistency, but I just couldn't save time on him. So yeah, unlucky with the bunny time loss for you there, but you played very, very well.
Yeah, you guys, both of y'all played incredibly well. There was honestly very, very few mistakes between both of you guys, and it was just, oh man.
Yeah, we saw a couple of issues in, I think, Wooded Kingdom from both runners, but besides that, it was a very, very clean race from both of you until the mech fight for Hanyed. Did run into a little bit of trouble on that.
Little bit of a snag. Very unfortunate. Other than the mecha fight there, Hanyed, I mean, you played really well. How'd you feel about the run?
Yeah, I thought it was going pretty well. I had some like big time losses, but I thought like my backups for the mistakes I was making was pretty good. But until bunnies, when I lost all that time in bunnies, I think it kind of just snowballed from there. But overall, good run for me. I'm pretty happy with it.
That's good.
Definitely a good run for both of you. It feels like one of the things that is the hardest about doing no reset races like this is continuing to play consistently even after mistakes. And I think you guys both did that really well after some of the early stuff, managing to play a lot of the middle game very consistently until the end.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Yeah, thank you.
I just want to say thank you so much, Lepetit, for coming in and filling it in for this run, for this specific race. You two, great show you put on for everybody. We've got some more Mario coming up after this. I believe there's another SMO race. I'm pretty sure, unless I'm incorrect, because I also
I
could
think
be.
so.
But we're gonna have some more Mario action here on the Cool Cat Gang channel. Hanyed, once again, thank you very much for this race. Lepetit, thank you as well. GG's Gamers.
Thank you as well.
Thank you.